Hey everybody, I'm Dwayne Marino, enjoying my morning coffee, and I do love my morning coffee on my French press. And just waking up here, not a great sleep last night. I got to tell you, a lot of stuff on my mind for myself and everybody else, my family, my children, and my intentions for these suggestions or these videos as I'm putting these out is to help your mental health. And if your mental health improves, everything else improves. So all these suggestions come from my red book called Unstoppable Attitude. I've used them for years on myself and clients. And if you get a little better psychologically, that's going to help you physically and financially and make better choices. And at least, maybe get something from this experience when it's all said and done. That's going to help you grow as a person. That would be the ideal. So rather than a step up or maybe step down or step away, but we're all going through this together. And let's really kind of work on ourselves deeply and work on yourself harder than you work on anything else. So what I want to talk about in this video is beliefs. Beliefs really are like a steering wheel on our lives. If you believe you can do something, you're going to steer towards suggestions and opportunities that go that way. If in your core you don't believe you can do something or you don't believe that's going to happen, you're going to steer away from it. So what beliefs are, they're kind of like labels we put on things, and we put them on people, right? They're good, they're bad, they're smart, they're great. I like them, I don't like them. And what a belief does, it makes it easier for you to deal with that item and kind of, spend more or less energy on it. Like, I don't believe I can put my head through that wall without hurting myself. I don't want to even try, so I'm not going to try. But I do believe I could walk through that door if I wanted to. So these beliefs really direct your life. Now, I'd like to take out a pen and piece of paper. I do like, workshop format thoughts, because if you take out a pen and piece of paper and refer to this, you can think about it through the day and through the week and how it applies to you and people around you. And beliefs are very much like a tabletop. So we tend to put a lot of our life on top of our beliefs. Now, do you believe you're going to be smarter or better after this? Are you going to learn something? Or are you just going to take a huge hit and not ever recover and learn nothing? You have to decide right now which way you want to go with this, because your reticular activating system, your RAS, is going to start looking for things that help you support your beliefs. If you golf, you know where all the golf courses are in your city. If you don't golf, I bet you could name one or two or know where they are. So we're naturally programmed for survival, which is, we're going to be looking for water and shelter and that type of stuff. And everything after that is based on your values, your beliefs, and your interests. And that is mostly through repetition. So repetition is one of the easiest ways to train people and train the masses. Anything you look at over and over and over, your subconscious mind starts to accept that that's the way that it is. Social media, which actually can be very antisocial, one of the reasons for that is the way it's set up is it's always set up to keep feeding you more of what you're interested in, which is really more of what you are and who you are right now. So it's going to keep giving you not just opinions or beliefs, but actual convictions that you're right. So it's really important that you read some books, that you shut off the technology a little bit, give your brain a chance to kind of settle in on what's going on, get outside, get some light. But if you're constantly looking at the same information all the time, it's going to form a belief system. And that information could be incorrect. I was raised believing there's three sides to every story. Don't turn social media into an echo chamber of everything that you think is going on right now. Consider all options, because if you're looking at the wrong information with good intentions is one of the worst things you can do, because you're going to get stuck. So the table of beliefs in our life, one of the things that supports this is information that we put in front of ourselves repetitively. This is true for your work. It's true for your personal life, whatever else. So watch what's going in front of you. Be the guardian to your mind. As Joe Girard taught me, you never give anybody else the keys to your attitude machine. A good friend of mine sent me an article last night, and it really was a lot of fear-mongering in my opinion, and I felt that way because I could feel it in my body. I didn't feel there was any solutions really being offered except to buy stuff off their website in these times of crisis, and I always believe you should follow the money and look at secondary reasons why people are saying things. So I didn't finish the article. I normally finish most things I read, and I just couldn't do it. I was shutting down, and it was creating a bunch of disempowering beliefs. And I had to get my mind off of that and say, well, that's one extreme scenario. There's another extreme scenario on the other side. Probably, again, the truth is somewhere in the middle. So you've really got to filter out the information that goes in front of you. The second way, and there's three ways that we form beliefs about our lives and our business, is through imagination. Goals and gratitudes fire up your imagination. So goals give you something forward, positive to look forward into. It's called positive personal projection. That's why you want to write down your goals, look at them every day. It gives you hope, it gives you energy, and it gives you a way out and things to focus on. And gratitude for me forms my pace. It keeps me humble, it keeps me happy, and gratitude is really about positive personal reflections. I will do a separate video on goals and gratitudes and the power of it, but really goals and gratitudes are your imagination working for you as a tool to create a belief system that your life has been okay. You've learned some lessons even through bad times. You've got to start giving bad times a reframe and understanding that those do make you better prepared for the next thing. It's exactly like an immune system. It's called the adaptation response. If we go in the sun, you get a little bit of a tan, so that level of sunlight doesn't burn you next time, and a little more and a little more and a little more. Adaptation response is how we grow muscles. You lift some weights, it adapts. Lift some weights, it adapts. So you're not hurting it, at that same level again with that same weight or repetition tomorrow or next month. And our minds, our souls, I believe, work on that as well. We are challenged, we learn. We're challenged, we learn. We're challenged, we learn. Maybe there's a setback, you have to grow through that. So belief systems, for sure. Imagination is part of it. I need you to imagine life getting better, you learning something, and things moving forward. And goals and gratitudes are part of that. Now, part of information, it fires off your imagination. So this creates a little bit of a loop, why you have to watch what you put in front of yourself. And again, the information that you look at, to me, it doesn't matter so much if it's right or wrong, true or false, good or bad. It's that you're learning something that you can use for yourself to make future decisions, whatever that is. And also, the imagination information tie-in is it's empowering you or other people somehow. The third thing, again, we have imagination and information. The third thing that forms beliefs in life is the meaning you attach to experiences. The meaning. Try to get some positive meanings while you're in the middle of this right now, not just a month or a year later. And the more positive meanings you get from all of this about who you are as a person and who we are as a society and how we can grow and evolve from this, the better off we're all going to be. So if you get bit by a dog, you could either say, as my mother said, all dogs are bad and all dogs will bite, and she never went near a dog again. Or when I got bit by a dog, I realized that was just that dog in that situation. All dogs aren't like that. Just be careful, in certain things that you're doing with certain dogs. So I did not form a global belief system that all dogs are bad. My mother did. And I formed sort of a situational belief system that you got to be careful around animals. So again, it's not what happens to you, it's the meaning you attach to it. Last thing, if you'd like to look up a couple of terms, one is called a belief trap, and the other thing is a belief edit. I post a lot of content on social media now and then, trying to provoke conversation and get people thinking. I don't pick sides. I'm very much in the middle. If you're wondering what my political stance is, I can tell you right now I'm in the middle. There's some things I think the right does really well and some things the left does really well. And both of them also, I don't like some other things they both do. So I believe the middle way is a good way to live in many things. And let's take the best from both sides and form a great society. So I'm not an extremist on either side. So I will post stuff from either sides or sometimes a contrarian view, just to kind of stir up some thought. And I am curious about how the way the world works. That's just me. But what I'm trying not to do is form an opinion, conviction, belief system that what we're looking at, what we're talking about is always correct. The only thing you can work on is yourself, stay in your circle of influence and circle of control, and focus on how you can be cognizant to belief traps, which means you're not looking at anything outside of your BS system, your belief system, which could be BS. And the problem with trapping yourself into not looking outside of your belief system in anything in life is you might be wrong. Something over here, over there might help you right now. You don't want to get stuck in what's called belief traps. That's literally like blinders where you won't look at anybody else's opinion or even consider it. And the other one is belief edits. Once you get into belief traps, like blinders, like you think there's no way that anything outside of this is correct, you are going to start editing out anything that goes against your belief system, because if we don't need anything else, a lot of people need a high level of certainty. They can't even imagine thinking about that their baseline belief system in anything, be it finances, health, relationships, money, selling skills, managing a business, ability to survive, God, spirituality, you name it. They can't imagine anything outside of their belief system being correct. And now they're in fact trapped because they're going to edit out everything else. So my friends, stay vigilant, stay open-minded and skeptical. Put stuff in front of you that's going to empower you as far as your information, imagination, and meaning to your experiences, and try to grow through these. So again, we can't make this go away. I'm not waving a magic wand and saying life is great, because it's not. We're all concerned about a lot of things, but again, even in prison, there's possibility here for personal growth, and a lot of us really, for all intents and purposes, are kind of under house arrest, so you might as well make the best of it. Anyways, my friends, I'm Dwayne Marino, and we'll see you at the next one.